Hello everyone and welcome to my channel Dwas Math Tutoring. I have made a series of videos to help you guys and to teach you math in the best and easiest possible way. So don't forget to watch all the videos and to subscribe the channel. The link of other videos will be in the description. And in this video, I will discuss about the fractions. So in this video, we will discuss about the fractions like the addition of fractions. And when we are adding the fractions, we are coming across two types of cases. That the first case is addition of related fractions, and the second one is addition of unrelated fractions. So in this video, I'm going to discuss both of these cases in detail for you. So here I'm going to discuss the addition of related fractions. So our question is find the sum of the fractions below. Please give your answer in the simplest form. And our given fractions are 1 by 6, 1 by 2 and 2 by 3. And our first goal is to make the denominators equal. And we can see that the highest denominator is 6 and the second denominator is 2 and the third denominator is 3, and we can see that the denominator 2 is a factor of 6 and the 3 is also a factor of 6. So we can make this 2 equals to 6 by multiplying it with 3, and we can also make this 3 equals to 6 by multiplying with 2, and this way we will have the common denominator. So this is called the related fraction because our other denominators are the factors of our highest denominator. So now I'm going to add them 1 by 6, 1 by 2 and 2 by 3. And when I'm going to add the fractions, my first goal is to make the denominators equal. So it's 1 by 6. So our second fraction is 1 by 2. So here I need to make this denominator equals to 6. So how I can make? I can make it equals to 6 by multiplying it with 3. And the important thing to remember here, so if I'm multiplying the bottom with 3, I need to multiply the top with the same number as well. So there is 2 by 3, and here again I need to make it equals to 6. So I will multiply it with 2, and I need to multiply the top with 2 as well. So our fractions will be 1 by 6, and 3 times 1 is 3, 3 times 2 is 6, 2 times 2 is 4, and 3 times 2 is 6. And now we have all the denominators equal. So I'm going to write it again here, 1 by 6, 3 by 6, and 4 by 6. So in this case, I can add them easily because we have the same denominator. So it will be 6. So what are our denominators? I just need to add them. 1 plus 3 plus 4. That will be 1 plus 3 will be 4 and 4 plus 4 will be 8. 8 by 6. So this is our answer when I will add the fractions. Now the further information which is given, please give your answer in the simplest form. So we need to write this fraction in the simplest form. So here we can see that our numerator means our top, that is 8, and our denominator is 6, and our numerator is greater than 6. So in order to write them in the simplest form, I need to divide 8 with 6. Here I can see that like 8 is not in the table of 6, means 8 is not a multiple of 6. So 6 times 1 is 6 and 6 times 2 is 12, but 12 is greater than 8. So I will go with 6 times 1 is 6. So when I will subtract 8 and 6, I will be left with 2. So in order to write it in the simplest form, it will be 1 whole 2 by 6. That is the simplest form of this fraction. And here is another example of related fractions. So question is same. Find the sum of the fractions below and give your answer in the simplest form. So our fractions are 2 by 3, 5 by 6 and 7 by 12. And our denominators are 3, 6 and 12. And we can see that our highest denominator is 12 and 6 is a factor of 12 and 3 is also a factor of 12. So our goal is to make all the denominators equal. So I can make 3 to 12 by multiplying it with 4, so it will be 12. So when I will multiply 6 with 2, it will also gives us 12. And in this way we can make all our denominators equal. So I'm going to write the fractions. So 2 by 3 plus 5 by 6 plus 7 by 12. So first of all, I will multiply this 3 with 4 to make it 12. So it will be 2 by 3 multiply with 4, which will be 12. And if I'm multiplying the bottom part with 4, so I need to multiply the top as well. So it will be 5 by 6 So again here I need to make it equal to 12. So 6 times 2 is 12. And again, because I'm multiplying the bottom denominator with the 2, I need to multiply the numerator with 12 as well, with 2 as well, sorry. So it will be 7 by 12. So our fractions will be 4 times 2 is 8 and 4 times 3 is 12. 5 times 2 is 10 and 6 times 2 is 12 and 7 by 12. And now we can see that all of the three fractions have the same denominator. We can add them easily. So I will write the denominator in the 12 as it is. So we just need to add the our numerators. So 8 plus 7 plus 8 plus 10 plus 7. So it will be 18. 18 plus 7 will be 25 by 12. And now this is our fraction when we will add these three fractions. Okay, so here 25 is greater than 12, so we need to write in the simplest form. So I will divide 25 with 12. Since 12 times 1 is 12, 12 times 2 is 24, but 12 times 3 is 36, which is greater than 25. So I will go with 12 times 2 is 24. So when I will subtract 24 from 25, I will be left with 1. So our simplest fraction will be in the mixed form 1 whole 2 by 12. So this is our answer for the next fraction. Okay, now it's time to discuss the addition of unrelated fractions. So again, the question is same, find the sum of the fractions below and give your answer in the simplest form. But here we have the fraction 4 by 5 and 2 by 3. And we can see that our denominators are 5 and 3. And we can also observe here that 5 is not a factor of 3 and 3 is also not a factor of 5. So this is unrelated fraction. So how we will solve this fraction, these fractions? So I'm going to write the multiples of 5. So in this case, we need to find the LCM. Multiples of 5. So what are the multiples of 5? So first multiple is 5 because every number is a multiple of itself. Second multiple will be 10, then 15, then 20, and up to so on. Now I will write the multiples of 3. Multiples of 3. So what will be the multiples of 3 are 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, then 18. Now we need to look for the multiple which is a common multiple. So we can see that what is our least common multiple, means our first common multiple. So 15. You can see that 15 is our first common multiple. So what is our LCM? LCM is least common multiple, so it is 15. So we have the fractions 4 by 5 and 2 by 3. We will make the denominators equals to 15. So our first fraction is 4 by 5 and the second fraction is 2 by 3. So I want to make the denominators equals to 15. So when I will multiply 5 with 3, it will gives me 15. And now I'm multiplying the bottom part with 3, so I need to multiply the top with 3 as well. So again our next fraction is 2 by 3. Now I again want to make it equals to 15. So 3 times 5 is 15, and so I'm also multiplying 2 with 15. So our fractions will be 12, 4 times 3 is 12, and 5 times 3 is 15. 5 times 2 is 10 and 5 times 3 is 15. And now we have the same denominators, so we can add them easily. So I'm going to add them here. So 12 by 15 plus 10 by 15 will give us 15 as denominator, and for we just need to add the numerator, so it will be 22 by 15. Now we need to write it in the simplest form. Since our numerator is greater than denominator, so I'm going to divide it. 15 times 1 is 15, but 15 times 2 is 30, which is greater than 22. So I will go with 15 times 1. So I will be left with 7. So we will get 1 whole 7 by 15 as our answer. And now here is another example of addition of unrelated fractions. Again, the question is same. We need to find the sum of these fractions, and we need to give the answer in the simplest form. But here we can see that our fractions are 7 by 9, 5 by 2, and 4 by 6. And our denominators are 9, 2, and 6. So let's see, in this case, this is unrelated fractions because 2 is not a factor of 9 and 6 is also not the factor of 9. So we can solve this problem with the help of LCM. To find the LCM, I need to list the multiples of our denominator. So let's first write the multiples of 2. So what are the multiples of 2? 2 itself, then 4, then 6, then 8, then 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, and 20. Now let's write the multiples of 6. Multiples of 6. So multiples of 6 are 6, 12, 18, 24. So we will write the multiples of 9. So multiples of 9 are 9, 18, and 27. Now we need to find our common multiple here. So first of all, the first thing which is common, I think it is 18. 18, and before 18 there is nothing in common. Like we can see the common multiple here, 12 and 12. 12 is in the multiples of 2. 12 is also in the list of multiples of 6, but 12 is not in the multiples in the list of 9. So 12 is not common here. So if you want to pick the common one, please make sure that it is common in all the multiple list of all the denominators like 2, 6, and 9. So in this case, our LCM is 18. Our LCM is 18. So our LCM is 18. So I want to make all the denominators equals to 18. So what is our fraction? 7 by 9, 5 by 2, and 4 by 6. So first of all, I want to make this fraction 7 by 9, the denominator of this fraction equals to 18. And I know when I will multiply 9 with 2, I will get 18. So I need to multiply the top as well. So this is 5 by 2. I want to make it 19. So I will multiply with 9. So 9 times 2 is 18. Since I am multiplying the bottom part with 9, I need to multiply the top as well. And then it will be 4 by 6. And 6 multiplied with 3 will give us 18. So similarly, 4 multiplied with 3 will give us 12. Now our fractions will be 14 by 9, 18, plus 5 times 9 is 45, 9 2 times 18, and 4 times 3 is 12, and 6 times 3 is 18. Now our denominators are equal, so we can easily find the sum of these fractions. We just need to add the numerators. 45 plus 12. So 45 plus 14 will be 59, and 59 plus 12 will be 71 by 18. So we need to write in the simplest form. So I'm going to divide 71 by 18. So we need to count the table of 18. Since 18 times 1 is 18 and 18 times 2 is 36, 18 times 3 is 54, and 18 times 4 is 72. So 72 is greater than 71. So I will go with 18 times 3, which is equals to 54. So when I will subtract 71 from 54, so sorry, we need to subtract 54 from 71, so I will be left with 17. So our fraction in the simplest form will be 3 whole 17 by 18. So in this video, I'm also going to discuss about the fractions, like how we can compare the fractions and how we can arrange them in different orders. Like we can arrange them in ascending orders, and we can also arrange them descending orders. So in, let's see, so we have three rules. So first of all, we need to make our denominators equal, means we need to make the denominator same. Then the bigger the denominator, the bigger the fraction. So our second rule is make the denominator same. The smaller the numerator, the smaller will be the fraction. And the third rule is if the denominators are same. So there will be basically two cases. In first case, our denominator will be same. So if denominators are same, then higher the numerator, higher will be the fraction. And if the denominators are same and smaller the numerator, smaller will be the fraction. And the other case is if the numerators are same, then what will happen? Then smaller the denominator, the bigger the fraction. So this is the opposite of the first rule. So if the numerators are same, then the smaller the denominator, the bigger the fraction is. Now let's see some examples. So here is our first example, arranging the fractions in ascending order. Ascending order means arranging the fractions in an increasing order, starting from smallest to greatest. So our question is arrange the following fractions in ascending order. So we have the fractions 5 by 6, 7 by 6, 3 by 6. So our numerators are same and equal. So we can go with our first rule. So what was our first rule? So the rule is make the denominators the same. The smaller the numerator, the smaller the fraction. So we can see our smallest numerator is 3. So our smallest fraction is 3 by 6. And then the next smaller numerator is 5, so our next fraction will be 5 by 6, and the third, the greater denominator is 7, so the biggest fraction will be 7 by 6. So this is in the ascending order, starting from the smallest and ending at the highest. And here is another example of arranging fractions in ascending order, and the given fractions are 3 by 4, 7 by 6, and 5 by 8. So we need to follow the rule, like we need to make the denominator same, and then bigger the numerator, the bigger the fraction, or smaller the numerator, the smaller the fraction. So our first goal is to make the numerators equal, but in this case our numerators are not equal. So let's find the LCM. So to find the LCM, I need to list the multiples of 4, 6, and 8. So multiples of 4 are 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24. Let's stop at 24. And then I need to list the multiples of 6. So what are the multiples of 6 are? 6, 12, 18, 24, and 30. So now I'm going to list the multiples of 8. So multiples of 8 are 8, 16, 24, and 32. And now we can see that what is our common multiple. So I can see like 24 is the common multiple here. So 24 and 24. You can also see 16 is the multiple of 4, and 16 is also multiple of 8, but 16 is not a multiple of 6. So 16 is not our LCM. So our LCM is 24. So our LCM is 24. So what I need to do, I need to make the denominators of all these fractions equals to 24. So our first fraction is 3 by 4. And how many times 4 is 24? 4 times 6 is 24. So I need to multiply the 6, and now I need to multiply the top as well with 6. Our next fraction is 7 by 6. And how many times 6 is 24? 6 times 4 is 24. So I need to multiply 7 with 4 as well. So our next fraction is 5 by 8. And how many times 8 is 24? 8 times 3 is 24. So I need to multiply 5 with 3 as well. So our fractions will be 18. 6 times 3 is 18. 6 times 4 is 24. 7 times 4 is 28. 7 times 4 is 28. And 6 times 4 is 24. Again 8 times 3 is 24. And 5 times 3 is 15. So we need to write from the smallest. So our smallest numerator is 18. Oh, sorry, smallest numerator is 15. So in ascending order, so it will be in ascending order 15 by 24. So our next smaller is 18 by 24, and the next one is 28 by 24, so which is the greatest. So 15 by 24 is for 5 by 8. So I'm going to write them in the original equation. 18 by 24 is for 3 by 4 is equivalent to 3 by 4, and 28 by 24 is equivalent to 7 by 6. So this is the arrangement. So 3 by 4, this one is the sorry, 5 by 8 is this one is the smallest, is the number at 1. So 3 by 4 is this number will be at the second one. So 7 by 8 is the highest fraction, so will be at number 3. And now here is an example of arranging fractions in the ascending order. Ascending order, no, and the fractions are 3 by 5, 3 by 7, and 3 by 2. And in this case, we can see that our numerators are same. So we need to follow this rule. If the numerators are the same, the smaller the denominator, the bigger the fraction is. So what is the smallest denominator here? So we need to check what is the smallest denominator. So, oh yes, we need to write in the ascending order. It means we need to start from the smallest, then greater. So the greatest fraction is 3. The greatest denominator is 7. So our smallest fraction will be 3 by 7, because we know that the greater the denominator, the smallest will be the fraction. So next greater denominator is 5. So our next fraction will be 3 by 5, and then it will be 3 by 2. So we can see that the smallest denominator is 2. So but 3 by 2 is the bigger fraction. So I hope this video will help you to understand the concepts of fractions, how to add the fractions and how to compare the fractions. Thank you for watching this video.